Alright, it appears we are good to go for our series tonight. There was a little delay because FreeTyler1 needed to find a substitute. I believe their jungler was not available, so they went out and got another face we've seen before, but rejoining us, Shrey's here, so they'll have 5 to play, and we're about ready to get going here as we've already hopped into Champ Select. And excited for this series tonight. We've got FreeTyler1 versus Wasted Potential. Wasted Potential will be on the red side, FreeTyler1 on the blue side to start out here in Game 1. And of course, we're getting the Ivern and Kha'Zix ban for Pure Acid. Apparently, it's no more Jax and Jin Zhao against him. We're going to start banning Ivern. Kind of a ridiculous change, but completely changed his playstyle, and now we're banning Ivern against him. Also going to get rid of Twisted Fate against Brandon, and a few other things here. The Ezreal, Yorick, and the Alistair. 6 bans to start off with. A few unique ones, but pretty much expected, I think, overall. Based on, you know, what we've seen from these teams before here. And the Jin Zhao will be the first pick here to keep that one away from Pure Acid. Jax is still up, but that's usually the champion has gone to. Pure Acid's played about like 4. He's got about 4 champions in his pool. Of course, he can play more, but those are the big champions he's played and feels most comfortable on. So I kind of expected Jax on the other side at some point in this first round here. We're going to get the Lucian response, though, to lock in a very powerful bot laner who has just even gotten better here with Spear of Shojin, things like that. So he's got even more options than he did previously, and the crit buffs didn't hurt him at all. It just buffed the other ADCs, so it made him a little less powerful in comparison, but he's still one of the best AD carriers out there. And when you pair with Pyke like this for Endril, Indigo and Endril can certainly make things happen in the bottom lane. Josh, though, he might respond with a Draven, a very aggressive pick to, you know, fight fire with fire and be very aggressive down the bot lane with Alistair banned. Maybe look towards a Thresh for a fight or something else down. Like, I'd expect a melee support in the bot lane to help out with the Draven. Well, hovering a few different things here. It looks like they are going to pick up the support in response, though. So FreeTyler1 very much excited to brawl down the bot lane. It will be the Braum to fight against the Pyke Lucian. So yeah, should expect a lot of fighting early on. And we've already got a Jin Zhao as well, so it could be some shenanigans, level 2 red buff ganks and things like that. And Jax will be the lock-in here for Pure Acid. It looks like, yep. So with that, you've got jungle and bot lane pick for both sides. So obviously mid and top, the only positions left to pick. So obviously you're going to see bans there. Going to be Fiora. So a couple bans drawn by Media Hats there. Or Medio Hats, rather. He's already got the Yorick and Fiora ban against him. He's definitely played a bit more of a split push style with these champions that want to get into the side lane, you know, away from the objectives and try and go to work there. And the Urgot also going to be banned away. Regen Pride has shown a few good games on that. And Vladimir also, so just top lane ban focus here. No one really worrying about the mid lane at all. The only mid lane ban here has been the Twisted Fate early on against Brandon, but other than that, it's been mostly focused on the top lane here in this ban phase. Okay, as I say that, they're going to ban a mid laner here. Going to ban the Veigar away from Rutledge, one of our 2 big Veigar players. We have a few more players who play Veigar, but about 2, you know, Sub and Rutledge are the people who, you know, play Veigar for the most part. Sion will be the pickup here, so I blind Sion to ban away the Fiora, the Yorick. So, I mean, there's a few champions that could still, you know, alongside Vladimir. So there's a few champions that could still punish the Sion, but ban away a lot of his, you know, straight up counters, I'd say. So pretty safe Sion on the top side here for Regen Pride, which means that they're saving mid lane for last pick and a counter pick. And Orianna will be picked up now for Brandon. Let's see what Medio Hats goes with. He knows the matchup. He also knows the jungle matchup. So It's pretty much entirely up to him to what he wants to go for here. There's no unknown information. A Nasus hover, I'm not sure if that's just for a little bit of fun. I mean, I suppose this could be a lane where he could be safe for the most part. And it will be the Nasus, so the Sion's not exactly a solo kill threat early on, so the Nasus can be safe in that kind of way, but you still have to worry about the Jack skanking a little bit here. That I would be concerned with quite a bit. Especially because he could do a bread buff start, cheese gank level 2 or something crazy like that. I just think it's a little bit scary. You are on the more defensive side of the map. Being in the top lane on the blue side rather, allows you to be a little bit safer, a little bit harder to gank you, but overall, this Nasus pick, I mean, if it can get stacking and get into a good spot, it can definitely take over the game because there's really no one to deny him the side lane. Sion he can delay him, but he can't really stand up to the Nasus late game. Jax maybe could if he was the enemy top laner. Because he's in the jungle, probably not a good situation for him to match in the side lane unless he gets ahead early, which is certainly a possibility, but it may not come to pass there. You got to really be ahead with the Jax to start going for the Triforce and more heavy side lane setup. And of course, Rutledge got the Lux. Didn't even talk about that because we're so concerned with the Nasus. But Lux, Orianna, 2 mages in the mid lane. And both are going to opt for the barrier. And the bottom lane, heal Ignite. So yeah, will be a lot of fighting down there. Lucian Pike versus Draven Braum. Also can have a pretty aggressive jungle matchup here. The Jackson Zhao. The 2 solo lanes I don't think will be super eventful early on. No Ignites. Double TP up in the top lane. And double barrier in the mid lane. So I can't imagine there's going to be a lot of action around there. Except unless there's ganks. But really keep the eye on the jungle and the bottom lane here. Either side could certainly snowball in those positions. They've got the tools to. Interested to see if Josh goes with the new Conqueror. It seems pretty good for Draven. It gives you AD and it lets you heal off of true damage. That was the one big downside of the old Conqueror, is that you start to do true damage. And then, Draven's one of the AD carries who loves to build lifesteal because it's so effective on him. And so you'd lose the effectiveness of your Bloodthirst, or if you picked it up, right? You'd lose 20% of its effectiveness because your Conqueror made you do true damage. That was one of the big downsides of Conqueror, but you just couldn't give up that damage. That was, it was just so good in terms of its damage output that you forgave it for losing the lifesteal. But now that you actually heal off of the Conqueror and the true damage you're doing with the Conqueror, I think that may still be a really good option. Not as much AD anymore, I don't think, but it still does quite a bit, and the healing, I think, is a pretty good option. So I'd imagine he'll go with it. Cool to see the rework. Conqueror 2 allows other positions to take it. See mid lane AP threats are taking it, like Cassiopeia, seeing some people trying it out on Azir and other things. So there's lots of cool ways to do it. But Draven has been a Conqueror user from day one. We'll see if he sticks with that one, or if he moves to something else. Got the Pike Braum matchup. Braum should be a more defensive counter there to the Pike. I think one of the better champions against him with his, high base stats. The shield is also really good here against Lucian Pike. He can really deny the engages here on a Draven. I think if MFI plays the lane well, he can really save the damage going on to the Draven and allow them to win the 2v2s there. I think the Lucian Pike lane is really the initiator in these fights, but if Braum positions correctly, could certainly stop that from happening, allow them to turn it around when Winter's fight, and then the Draven just blood rushes and just autos you down the lane, and you generally don't survive that for very long. But you can never count out Andril and Indigo here. I think they've had some pretty good performances on the Lucian Pike lanes. One of our better Pike players, to be honest. I mean, we've had a few other people play it, but he's had some really good performances on it. It looks like it will be the Conqueror here for the Draven. Will be the Conqueror here for the Draven and for the Jax. In the top lane, we got some pretty standard grasps up there. Again, shouldn't be too eventful. Just smacking each other around a little bit, but wouldn't expect any kills up there unless there's a gank. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty standard runes overall. Just interesting to see that, you know, the Conquerors are coming through here. And in the mid lane, again, more standard stuff. Comet, Airy. Again, shouldn't be too eventful, but I'm excited to see the Draven Josh. One of our players who likes to pick it and gets a chance here too. I think it makes a lot of sense in this case. So why not go for it? Pretty standard opening here, just 5 across, no big changes. No big invades.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So it should be pretty safe for the most part here. We did have a Braum and a Pike level 1, so always the chance for something, but not going to happen this time. With that, we should just get started with the red buff for both the junglers here. Pure Acid making his way up over to that red buff. And Shrey, of course, down here on his red buff with Xin Zhao. Potential for both these junglers to make a big aggressive play here on the level 2. They both have CC and Gap Closers at level 2, so would not be shocked to see them go for level 2 ganks, especially considering that you have a very volatile matchup in the bottom lane. Wouldn't be shocked to see Shrey take a trip down here. Mephite already going forward, maybe a little prematurely. Finds Winter's Bite here onto Endril. Endril does get stunned up, but he flashes away underneath the tower. He should survive here. Ignite used by Mephite, but double summoner spell out of Endril. So a good trade overall, but Shrey did have to make a trip down here. Seemed like they went a little early, to be honest. Probably should have waited for Shrey to get in position a little bit earlier. Mephite, though, was looking for the engage a little bit too quickly. Alerted waste potential to the possibility a little quickly. But did get a big summoner spell there out of Endril. With the way Pike is now, you're not as tanky as you used to be. Being able to build those early armor items and stuff like that, you kind of could build the champion super tanky and like it was pretty much impossible to kill you. But now you really need that mobility to save you. Endril now has found Shrey on the invade. He'll hop back over the wall, but does delay the blue buff steal, and Pure Acid's already stolen the enemy blue buff, and now is up top lane. Finds the stun now on the Meteor Hats. Gets the flash, but red buff here, and first blood. Regen probably going to flash to pick that one up. So he's going to work there, and Shrey is forced off the blue buff. Probably could have stayed with the invade. Once he saw the Jax top lane, he probably could have just gone back and picked the blue buff, but now he doesn't have anything to steal. Or at least, rather, he has stuff to steal, but has not been able to steal it. And he's given up that initiative topside. So this start has not been great for him so far. Good heads-up play from Andril, though, to stop that. And now, wasted potential off to a really good start. Still, though, Josh and Mephite have had priority in this bottom lane after, since that level to gank from Shrey. They've had the priority here.
fall.
Alright, can you hear me now? It's not muted, that's the thing. It's either broken or it's muted. Or it's not muted, it's either broken or something else is wrong, but who knows. We'll see. I tried switching mics, didn't work out. There we go, alright. I tried switching mics, that mic didn't work either. I tried putting in the headset mic, that didn't work. So now we're back, the other one with all the static, so. Not sure if it's broken or what the hell's going on, because it hasn't happened before, but you guys are just gonna have to live with this one, I guess. Okay, alright. We'll play with stuff behind, after the game. Either way, Wasted Potential's winning. We got 6-3 in kills here, up about 4,000 gold, 4 turrets to 0. Off to a very nice start here. Still the Draven, though, has found the Bloodthirster, has a kill, sitting at 130 CS. Potential for some big team fight wins with him. Nasus also not in a bad spot either. Picked up that Iceborne Gauntlet. So there's a few upsides here, but now Brandon has been caught, maybe. Shockwave will buy him some time, but Pure Acid is still there, picks up the kill. Mephite with a rotation, helping out Trey. But Trey's still down a level here on Pure Acid. You know, Mephite gonna be forced to run away, but the Light Binding finds him. Pure Acid trying to get the kill, but now, ooh, the snipe from Rutledge, and now Pure Acid with a stun. He will find Trey, so 3 kills for none. Rutledge and Pure Acid with a nice little combo between themselves, able to win that 3v2, essentially. And now Josh going to be forced to rotate back to protect this inhibitor. I'm not sure if he's going to be even able to do so. Has flash available, no heal. Throw out a few autos, but looks like this inhibitor is just going to be dead. Meteor Hats is not able to rotate either as he's dealing up with the bot lane up in the top side. Gonna be the Triforce though for Pure Acid. Went for the Blood Razor and now the Triforce. So gonna be very squishy but lots of damage output here. Being up quite a bit in the jungle matchup. Almost 3,000 gold in the jungle. You can probably afford to build a few more damage items. Endril, now with a good dodge out, is able to avoid the Winter's Bite. Brandon here though may find the stun here. Ooh, great. Phantom under. Great Ghostwater Dive, rather. We'll find in the stealth he needs to get out. And now, ooh, Meteor Hat's going to be collapsed on. 3v1. Light Binding finds. Unstop Onslaught. Also, the Decimating Smash. Too much CC. Meteor Hat's going to go down. Pure Acid picks up the last hit there. A 3 going to combine for that one. Wasted Potential with a good collapse here on the Meteor Hat's in the sideline. Second death of the game. Bottom lane inner turret going to be taking down Josh and Mephight both rotating, or excuse me, Josh and Brandon both rotating back from the top lane. We've also got supers in the mid lane. So it looks like FreeTyler1 is just being pulled apart by wasted potential here. Now that they've got map control, they've used it well, been able to find some easy pickoffs, won some outnumbered fights, and with that, they've broken open inhibitor pre-20 minutes and now pressured the rest of the map, and there's just one other turret sitting between them and the base on the top side, and just the inhibitor turret in the bottom side. So, at 19 minutes with a pretty, I don't know, I don't know if I'd call him fed, but a pretty farmed up Draven here. You'd think the situation would be a lot better, but because the rest of the map has gone so poorly, Josh is sort of sitting there without any fights to even try to win, because if they take any, they'll surely lose them, despite him being in a good spot. The enemy bot lane is in an even better spot with the global gold and the turret gold they've been able to take. Plus, you got to worry about that Jax coming in, the Rutledge with his all of his ultimate damage, and then the Scion charging. There's just so many things to worry about. There's really no way that FreeTyler1 can win a straight up even fight. Even outnumbered fights, the 3v2 they tried earlier did not work out, so you've got to think of something different here. And, oh, the shockwave will land. Rutledge may be caught out, but no follow-up there. Shrey not in position to help with that one. Midu Hats now gets pulled back in. Another 3v1 situation, but with a good flash, he should be okay for now. Flash 4 from Mephight will not find Rutledge. Now he gets pulled back in. A few more autos. Oh, the execute will not come through. Good dodge away, but now Meteor Hats, he's walked too far forward once again. The Decimating Smash going to find him and spell his doom. Only 3 deaths here on the side of a wasted potential, but all 3 of them have been pure acid. Funny enough. He's still got 6 kills of his own, though, so certainly making up for that. 3 to 11 kills overall, 7k gold up. Wasted potential now turns attention to the Baron. 20 minutes, 45 seconds in, with no potential for a contest. Frey's not even anywhere near this one. The Baron will go over. Cleanly waste potential now with one inhibitor already down. Should be in really good position to continue to snowball this game and win pretty quickly. Magi's also picked up here for Rutledge. She's feeling pretty comfortable. Receiving stack with even more pure acid, going to try and make a play onto Brandon. The shockwave used. The light mining finds this mark. Rutledge, though, with the ultimate, will not be able to secure the kill. But pure acid just going to hop away, and now attention's turned toward the tower. The inner turret already chunked out quite a bit. Just about a quarter health left on it. Looks like a back might come in and a reset here for wasted potential. Looks like that will be the decision here, at least for a few members. Endril going to go back alongside Indigo. So it looks like they are going to play this one pretty slowly with the Baron buff. They know they don't need to rush things and throw this game away. Lots of shutdown gold on them, so a few deaths, a lost team fight could turn this one around and get the items they need to wave clear, and then all of a sudden FreeTyler1 could make something happen. So smart, slow play here from wasted potential. And the one thing you do have to worry about is you have a very tanky Scion here for wasted potential, but everyone else on your team is extremely squishy. Basically no resistances or armor on anyone else, or health rather, on anyone else. Just the Scion has built any sort of tank items at all. I wouldn't count Ninja Tabi or any other defensive boots really as a tank item. And that's all they've got, so there is the possibility here for a team fight 2v1 if a big shockwave comes in for Brandon, who's certainly, he's got a decent amount of gold and a few items. He got the loot and a little bit of pen, so a big shockwave could win it. Mephight with a good engage, comboed into follow up from his team could make something happen as well. And, taking these inhibitor turrets could spell their doom. They got to be clumped up, and now Mephight has been caught by the light binding. The shockwave finds one onto Indigo, but he will go down. Shut down for Josh. A second kill for Jim Pride. Now snap up on the front line. Mephight has gone down in the meantime. Those 2 kills have opened up the fight here for FreeTyler1. That's exactly what they needed. Shrey, ooh, he's getting very low. He's going to be forced to flash away. because of that zombie there from Regen Pride, but still a big team fight won. Well, more of a skirmish, not all 5 were there, but still 2 kills for 1. FreeTyler1 is exactly what they needed to buy themselves some time. And now they're going to be able to clear some minions and reset with a little bit more gold in their pockets and try and do the same thing. But it's going to take a couple more of these team fights in order for FreeTyler1 to even have a hope of winning this one, because of how that first 20 minutes went. The next 20 minutes have to be even better for them. Now Brandon caught here. Pure Ass is going to find the kill. Rutledge also helping out on that one. That's exactly what they did not want. Brandon caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. You basically can't leave the base here for FreeTyler1 unless you know everyone from Waste Potential has reset or something like that. You can't leave. It's just too dangerous. There's too much gap closing potential with the Sign, the Jax, Endril on the Pike as well. All that mobility means that you can be, tracked down for a long ways away. Now, Waste Potential have made the move towards the bottom lane here and try and break open this inhibitor as well. Mid lane is still not respawned. And already this inhibitor turret has gone down. Regen Pride with the Demolish proc certainly helping out there. And now the inhibitor is under fire. 5 strong here for Wasted Potential. 5 coming out from FreeTyler1 as well. Shockwave is available. No flash. Trey goes in though, has found a little bit of damage on the Pure Acid. The Culling comes back out and Trey goes down. Endril can actually pick up the last hit on that one. Regen Pride though, with all of his tankiness, is going to get out unscathed. And now FreeTyler1 is bleeding out more resources, lost 2 inhibitors, and the top should be under fire soon. Once a reset comes in from Wasted Potential. Needlessly large rod now for Rutledge. Maybe he's rushing towards something crazy like a death cap. He's got a blasting wand, an amplifying tome. His build does not make a ton of sense, but he's got a lot of damage. He's got a lot of AP, so that's never a bad thing. But he's gone for the Magi's, then the needlessly large rod. Interesting. I know some people have now caught Meteor Hats, light binding there. Decimating Smash, Pure Acid with the kill. And we're now looking for a hook on the other side. Will not find it. The minion's there to block, making Endril's job difficult. But another pick off here for Wasted Potential. 26.5 minutes in. They've got 2 inhibs down. Bot lane pushing with no one to respond to it. Mid pushing as well. Shrey's there to try and delay it. Wasted Potential just need to make the siege happen. Just delay as much as possible. Let the minions do the work. Don't even need to dive, really. Just continue the siege here. Now they've got the top inhibitor in their sights. Shrey, he's looking for something. He's not going to go in here. The inhibitor now is open. They've got to make something happen now, but FreeTyler1 has been turned around onto them. Pure Acid finds the kill. We engage now. Indigo finds the last hit. Now Methite has gone down. Double Shockwave. Indigo in trouble. He goes down. Big kill from Josh. He's able to buy some time, conning a little bit. Flash forward. He will pick up a kill. 600 gold to him, but he's going to go down himself, and now looks like Wasted Potential has won this one. 3 already down for FreeTyler1. Pure Acid in trouble. Meteor Hats will get 1 back, but it's still 2v2. Mid and top versus mid and top and support. But there's tons of super minions here, along with all those rest melees and casters. And looks like FreeTyler1 will fall in game 1. Meteor Hats trying to do his best to buy some time. Brandon here as well. But looks like there's just a few more minions spawning here for FreeTyler1. Should buy a little bit of time, but the DPS is coming through here from Regen Pride. Now, actually, the respawn comes in for FreeTyler1. They might just be able to buy enough time. Regen Pride is going to go down. Endril already fallen. A double kill here, but the zombie's going to come back, try and do some damage, but immediately stunned up by the passive from Braum. The super minions are here. We'll see if the wave clear will come in. Josh is respawned as well, and he's going to help out with that. And looks like FreeTyler1 has actually bought themselves a little bit more time. Going to survive here past the 28-minute mark. But the Nexus is open. No inhibitors. 3 lanes of super minions. Baron spawning. 4 Drakes already down, alongside about 8,000 gold. FreeTyler1 is not out of the woods yet by any means. They are not in a great spot, but They have saved the game for now. And with that last fight, Josh picked up a bit of gold, so maybe he can make something happen. Has found the Infinity Edge and a Zeal. Brandon has also done a really good job here with these Shockwaves. He's found a Shockwave pretty much every fight on Indigo, sometimes 2 or 3 members, and comboed with Draven throwing out his axes. Indigo goes down pretty quickly, and he's really not been able to do a ton of damage. Also, perhaps a suboptimal build here with the Essence Reaver second. Now looking into crit follow-up items with maybe a rapid fire cannon purchase. So he's made the the transition into crit pretty fast instead of going for a cleaver. But it's worked for him so far. We'll see if it's going to continue to Meph Fight now. Caught with Blader and King active. Ult comes through, and now Meph Fight can be forced to flash. The Unstoppable Onslaught finds his kill, though. Hideo Hat's now on the front line. He's not tanky enough. Down he goes, and now just 3 members left from FreeTyler1. Josh and Brandon going to be forced to run back into the fountain as the last of their compadres go down, and that will be game 1. FreeTyler1 going to lose this one. So a bit of a rough game 1 for them. But we're able to actually come back a little bit. The first 20 minutes were terrible, but then the last 8 or 9 were actually okay for them. But when you get that far behind, it's pretty much impossible to come back from that. And wasted potential. Was able to close out pretty cleanly there. A little bit slower than you would have thought, but they were able to do it in the end. I think we're going to take a short break here between the games, check out and see what FreeTyler1 and Waste Potential want to do, if they want to get started right away or not. But I'll be back in just a moment, so stay tuned here for Game 2. Alright, we're finally ready here for game 2. Small client update problem, so we're held back a little bit. But that's how it goes. And we've got another jungler here. Instead of Shrey, we got Lee. I'm not gonna even try and say the name, I'm just gonna call him Lee. But we will be on the same sides here. Looks like Wasted Potential decided to stay on the red side, so after game 1, I can't argue with that decision at all. Going to be the similar bans here, except FreeTyler1 going to switch up the Ivern for the Xin Zhao here, but Alistair was to Fate on the other side for Waste Potential. Now the Ivern will be the final ban instead. So a slight switch up here, but just one different ban to start things out. And Yorick. So Waste Potential, the exact same setup. FreeTyler1 with a slight change here, banning out the Ivern, banning out the Xin Zhao. That's their new addition here. And Jack's maybe going to be the first pick. So their plan is to try and deny Pure Acid any of his 4 big picks by taking the Jacks themselves. Could be in either the top or jungle. Unclear as to what they're going to go for yet, but now Pure Acid is going to have to dig deep, find something to play here. Not sure what he's got in store. Last time he got banned 3 out, 3 got banned out against him. He went for the Ivern. But now even that's gone, so not sure what the plan is, but I'm sure they've got something up their sleeves. Ezreal going to be the first pick now for Wasted Potential. Lucian's still up on the other side for FreeTyler1 if they want it. Ezreal and Nami going to be the bot lane, so immediately locking that one in. Have the top counter pick, so that might be the last pick of this first phase for Wasted Potential. Well, assumedly, I would imagine this is top for Meteor Hats, but I don't know. Will be the Lucian on the other side for FreeTyler1. And they do have, obviously, the full knowledge of the bottom lane, so I'd expect a support be locked in here for FreeTyler1 as well. Could go for the reverse here, take the Lucian Pike themselves, but no, going to lock in the Lucian Braum, which is just as strong a lane with that combo. Lucian Braum, very good together, have a lot of synergy, so makes some sense here. And, well, we'll see what they go for. It might also just want to lock in a jungler here for Wasted Potential just to make sure that they can't ban even more against you. But you could also take the thought process of like, well, they've banned everything away, then what else are they going to ban, And Veigar is going to be the selection now for Rutledge. So I've locked in the mid laner instead of the jungler here. So yeah, I think they're going to take the mindset of like, well, they're going to ban everything away anyway. Let's just get our other picks instead, and prioritize that and be like, Pure Acid's not going to get what he wants. We know that, so we're going to give up anyway. And Vladimir was banned, so perhaps another situation where we get some top bans here from Wasted Potential. But you'd imagine, I think this is going to go to, the Jacks will go to Meteor Hats, but it could be Lee's in the jungle as well. I think it's still 50-50, still flex pick. So they might want to ban top laners to force the Jacks to the top lane. They could go with that option. And Sign will be banned, so both sides banning top laners again here in the second ban phase. Did have a big focus there, but that was a little bit different draft where we had both teams locking in their bottom lane in jungles to start off with, and then went for soul laners second, basically, as Lissandra will be banned as well. So 2 bans against Brandon here, 2 bans against Meteor Hats, 4 Wasted Potential, and then the 1 support ban for that fight. So Wasted Potential spreading them around. FreeTyler on the other side have just completely banned away Pure Acid, and now have also tried to go and target Regen Pride in the top lane with a Scion and a Malphite ban. So now Wasted Potential has the jungle in top positions to pick. And whoa, okay, it could be a Rammus here. It's certainly a powerful champion in the right hands, but no, going to be the Jarvan instead. Can be just as good. You can definitely set up a sort of no man's land here with the Veigar Cage, the Jarvan Cataclysm, walling everybody off or in, depending on the way you're looking at it. On the other side, we've got a Camille. So this still doesn't tell us exactly where everything's going, but I would assume this is Camille top, based on the fact that our jungle clear was nerfed even further recently. This is probably a Camille top for Meteor Hats, a Jax jungle for Lee. And now we've just got the mid lane to be picked for a brand. He does know the matchup. Going to be the Galio in the mid lane against Veigar. And so now with pretty much an assured top lane matchup, we'll see what Regen Prides goes for. Knowing it is now the Camille. 2 tanks have been banned away from him. So he's going to go for the Kennen instead. Okay. Now this is an interesting pick here against Kennen and the Camille. Definitely have the range advantage, obviously. And this gives you a very interesting little team fight composition here from Wasted Potential. Like, I think there's a lot of sort of wombo potential with the Veigar, the Jarvan, the Kennen. Once you can sort of get onto everyone, you know, you just set up this zone, this area where no one can really walk. And if you're caught in that zone, you're pretty much dead to all the AoE damage. Then you got the Nami wave coming in, Ezreal True Shot Barrage flying through, Veigar, you know, his AoE damage. So a lot of explosive area of effect damage now coming out. On the other side, though, you've got a lot of strong champions for FreeTyler1 who can 1v1 very well. On the other side, you don't have a ton of great 1v1 champions. So potential for a setup to be split push heavy for FreeTyler1. Okay. Leave someone DC'd, so may just be redoing the draft real quick. Have had that happen a few times. I know I've been periodically disconnected from chat recently. Tonight in the League client, so maybe there's some bugs going on with the client, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, there's really interesting compositions here. I think the FreeTyler1 definitely has the edge in terms of just the strength of their champions in 1v1, their skirmishes. But working together, I think there's a lot of scary champions on the other side for Wasted Potential. But we'll see if FreeTyler1 can sort of abuse matchups here. I think they have a pretty positive matchup in the bottom lane. It's kind of hard for, you know, Nami and Ezreal to walk up against the Lucian bottom lane. They've got range to work with, but actually fighting is not going to be very easy for them at all. And, you know, in the mid lane, it should be pretty much just wave clear there. But potential for Galio to roam. Camille and Jax certainly have potential to move around the map. Camille, one of the better top laners about getting around and doing things on the map. And again, they could set up a situation where they split push and set up a 1-3-1. Maybe the Jax will go for a similar build. Lee will go for a Triforce like we had Pure Ass go for in game 1. And that could set up a 1-3-1 there. Or, you know, maybe Jax wouldn't even necessarily have to go for a split push build if they just put Galio in the side lane. So they could do a lot of different things here. Okay. Apparently the client's bugged here for Acid. For some of the members of Wasted Potential. And like I said, I've been continually disconnected and reconnected from chat and from the League client. I'm still in the lobby, but I'm getting disconnected and reconnected to the client, you know, constantly. So definitely some bugs going on here, but that's okay. We'll power through and try and get this game 2 on the way. If not, I'm sure we're scheduled, but the plan is still to go through with it. Just a couple technical difficulties tonight, and hopefully, well, from everyone, from me and from the players, and blame it on Riot, I guess. Maybe another delay here. We might have to remake the lobby. Who knows what's going on. Sometimes we get this where we're all trying to do a series while patches come through and things like that, and that screws everything up. But hopefully we'll get this taken care of momentarily. Well, we have all the members from Wasted Potential back in the lobby now. So it looks like we may just be going forward with this and trying to power through, but we'll see what happens. Unclear as of yet what the plan is. With that, I'll give you guys a quick update when I do find out. But this match, very important for the standings of the league. We've got our first place team, Wasted Potential, here, alongside, I tied for third place, FreeTyler1. So, pretty important match here, within one game of each other. So this can definitely affect seeding later on. And obviously, seems kind of lopsided so far, but both these teams are very good. And FreeTyler1, certainly, I don't think they showed their best form in Game 1 by a long shot. They've definitely got more in them. Of course, our defending champions of the Sugar-Free League won Season 1. So I definitely would not expect them to perform like that again in this series, or even very often at all over the course of the season. There's a reason they've won the games they have. And I think we're just going to redraft here. The bans aren't the same, but I think they're just randomly banning stuff to try and get through this as quick as possible. And we're going to get the same draft going on. So just hang on a moment and we'll get everything sorted out. With that, we do have, just discuss the schedule real quick, so we don't do it. We don't have to do it at the end of the stream necessarily. We do have a game tomorrow on Friday at 9, US Army Sports versus BB Clocks. I won't be here, but Nate will be. And then I'll be back on Saturday and Sunday for our game at 9 on Saturday. Lane Zero Blizzard versus FreeTyler1, so we get to see them again today, this week. Then Rebrand versus BB Clocks on Sunday at 8. I'll be here again. So just missing the one day this week. You actually get to see BB Clocks twice this week, along with FreeTyler1, so getting their week in the spotlight here. As Brandon cheekily hovering the Twisted Fate, but yeah, we're just getting a redraft here. So, definitely confirming that the Camille will be in the top lane, Jax in the jungle. So, Lee wasn't quite sure. I think there was a potential for a flex to put the Jax top lane, but based on what they saw, they just went ahead and picked up the Camille. Well, last game certainly wasn't about the top lane, I think. I think it'll be a lot more crucial this game with a Ken and Camille matchup, as opposed to a Nasus, a Scion one. You're going to have a lot more fighting, a lot more action there, potential for some solo kills. They had a couple kills early on in the top lane, a gank worked out, and then Medio Hats was able to turn around well, I guess it was a solo gank. Piazza just kind of ran top lane and picked a fight when his top laner wasn't there, and then Medio Hats just kind of killed him. So there were a few kills up in the top lane, but it certainly was not the focus of the beginning of the game, really. As we get these last picks locked in, still gonna have to worry about the spectator delay. But here we go, ready to go. Same lineups we discussed earlier. We'll get that double TP, so even more potential for that Galio Camille split push. Plus, I haven't even mentioned the classic combination they present. Their ultimate's very good together. Overall, collapsing on side lanes or changing team fights. More skirmishes around the river, early on in the game. And here we go. Time to wait. Cleanse for the Vhagar. But simple stuff overall. It's going to come down to execution, the macro play. I think, in game one, Waste of Potential definitely had a better macro sense, I think. And certainly won the skirmishes they needed to get themselves advantages and then just moved around the map much more cleanly. They were very methodical about it after they got the advantage as well. They just moved, the game probably shouldn't even lasted 28, 29 minutes like it did. They just kind of pushed slowly, open up one inhibitor, open up two inhibitors, open up three, didn't even end the game, then came back and ended the game. So it was a very methodical game. I think definitely something you want to see if you are the coach. Wasted potential. Up 1-0 here against FreeTyler1. With a pretty dominating start. We've had a few delays, but we're still ready to go. And should be hopping into game in just a moment or two. As we get some keyboard ASMR for you guys. I know some people look forward to that. And we got just another 30 seconds or so and then we'll be ready to go, but a few jungle changes, certainly not helping out FreeTyler1 this series as well. I've had a few difficulties with that, so the adversity is against them, or they are facing adversity rather against them. But they're powering through, just like we are with all these little technical glitches we got tonight. But with that, we're ready to go into game two, starting to load in now, so finally going to get to see some more League of Legends. It's been an hour and a half since the start time, but we're finally getting a second game here, even though the first game only lasted half an hour. And there we go, finally loading in. It's always good to see. will be the Kleptomancy Kennen, the Glacial Augment Vagar. And press the attack Jax here. Was Conqueror last game for Pure Acid when he played the Jax, but going to be press the attack this time. On the other side for Lee. Also, Comet for Camille. Not going to be Conqueror for her. Press the attack. Going to go for Comet for a bit of an easier laning phase against a ranged opponent. Which is sort of the tact that the Camille took in the early season last year, when Comet was a little bit better and the other options weren't as good. And should be ready to go. Just a few more seconds of loading, and then we are into it finally. Some cool skins as well. I got a lot of the new skins. Got Coven Camille going on, Darkstar Jarvan. Seems like the skins get even more complicated as they go on Mafia Braum too. The old skins were just, some of them are just sort of like free, recolorations of the original base skins, but now sometimes you don't even recognize the champions that have the new skins on. They look so different. Too poor to purchase them, but I like looking at them on the enemy. There we go. Like I said, only took about an hour and 40 minutes to get in game 2, but we're finally here. We're ready to go. Nothing can stop us. And we're out onto the Rift. Pretty standard split here. Gonna be no invades, it looks like, to start off with. Little poke here and there, but everyone just saying a friendly hello before they start the murdering of each other. Always nice to see. More cheeky poke going on, but like I said, everyone looks okay. May start a few backs, but probably just gonna heal up and run right back. To start the clears here, gonna be a ping on the red buff. So again, looks to be a red buff start for both junglers. Both junglers opting to start on red buffs both game, no matter which side they're starting on. Not wanting the superior leash from the bottom lane, just want to start with the red. Last game we had an early gank off the red buff level 2. When Trey was here on the Jin Zhao, but we'll see if they go for it again. Will not look... Nope, not going to do it this time. Going to be the Krugs. Thought he might go through a different path, but will be a gank level 2. Just this time it's in the mid lane with Pure Acid. Will force Brandon back, but no summoner spells blown. Just going to use up those corrupting potions. Which is a pretty big win in the early game, though. That really makes laning difficult for Brandon, especially considering he's in a melee versus ranged matchup. You got to take a bit more poke early on. Does have the TP to get back to lane, though. Pure Acid, though, is already making his way down bottom lane, but Lee is here. Both junglers level 2 with red buff. Josh going to be forced to use the heal and flash underneath the turret. Now, we got Pure Acid stunned up. He will go down. First Blood, though, has gone over to Indigo, but now he's behind the turret in a rather rough situation. Going to get stunned up. That fight with a flash out of the bubble. Lee not so lucky, but he's going to be flashed forward this time. He's going to pick up the kill. Rutledge was there, but too late as a double kill for Lee to start the game off. 2 assists for the bottom lane. And first blood went over to Indigo, but he died himself. So I think overall a win there for FreeTyler1 starting off this game pretty well. Considering they, had a cheese gank level 2. A good counter there from Lee. Able to turn that fight in their favor. Cull purchased up very early for Indigo. Will be much more helpful. Pure Acid now. He's in the river. Brandon with a flash forward. We'll catch him with a taunt. Dash out over the cage. Now Pure Acid. Oddling Brandon, but Brandon's still there sticking with him. Smite for Pure Acid to get him a little more health. Justice Punch lands onto Rutledge. Rutledge going to use the cleanse to get out of that one. Lee's still chasing. And now Regen Pride with a flash forward. He will pick up the kill on a Brandon, who's already very low. He's going to try to get out, though. The cage is there, but one last auto for Lee. We'll pick up the kill. 1-for-1 trade, top 4 mid. Brandon getting abused early on, but helps out his team. And now 3 kills for Lee. Still over 3 minutes in. He's got 3 kills already. Action in the bot lane, action in the mid lane, action in the top lane. Lots of stuff going on early. Much more active than we were in game 1. A lot of summoner spells already blown. Literally 1 summoner spell left on Waste Potential, and that's a teleport. And 2 on FreeTyler1, and that's a teleport and a flash for Meteor Hats in the top lane. So yeah, we don't have many of those summoner spells left to use. Still, though, the gold is about 200 apart. Not a very big difference. Ocean will be the first dragon. So, not going to continue the fighting. Most likely around the dragon is not super high priority, but still nice picked up. As a bubble prize for Andrew, but now he gets stunned up himself. No Ignite available, but Endril, just one more auto knock me in time. Pure Acid here for the gank. Mephite in trouble. Tries to jump to Josh, but he's going to go down anyway. Now Josh is in trouble himself. Relentless Pursuit will allow him to escape. TP coming in from Meteor Hats. Going to slow up Endril, and now the Justice Punch forward. One off from Brandon will seal the deal. Lands a Shield of Duran onto Pure Acid. He's in trouble as well. Double kill now for Brandon. Oh, looks like Meteor Hats has dashed in too far. Indigo with a good dodge. Meteor Hats, one more auto, will take him down. Regen Pride with that one. Regen Pride going forward here on to Josh, but does not find the stun. He goes down himself. Brandon with another kill. He's got 3 kills in just this little time. The Shield of Duran is not going to deny enough damage there. Indigo going to pick up that counter kill. Now Josh going to dodge on the Mystic Shot, but now gank coming in from Lee. Everyone's here in the bottom lane. That stun comes through. Indigo now, will he get away? No, it looks like will not. Has no flash, and the Arcane Shift on cooldown as well. That fight actually makes it all the way back to lane at the end of that play. That's how long that fight took. But I think another positive trade there for FreeTyler1. A lot of kills, though. It's hard to really decide. 400 gold lead, though, for FreeTyler1. They're also up 2 kills. Lee here in the Dragon Pit gets spotted out. But ward control should go over here for FreeTyler1 as they have a couple members there, and the control ward's available to clear out all the vision they want. A bit of a fiesta going on so far. We're only 6.5 minutes in, but already we got 12 kills. And no towers, no dragons taken, just fighting all over the place. Barely any damage on the towers either, no plating's really taken down. It's just fighting all over. Already a Hex Drinker for Meteor Hats in the top lane. It will definitely be the AP cannon as we assumed, but just confirming now that it is the AP cannon with that purchase from Regen Pride picking up the makings of a Proto Belt. As both mid laners have hit level 6, Brandon with the possibility of a global play will be the Blood Razor again for Lee, as he's got that recurve bow. No tank Jaxes this time. Gonna be all damage for them. Also gonna be AD Jarva in there in the jungle on the other side for Pure Acid. Looks like, well, at least the first item, the warrior, will be AD. Maybe he'll transition into a more tanky role, but at least some damage to start off with. But Lee gonna find a stun on Pure Acid. Combos in the taunt. Brandon and Lee looking to kill Pure Acid. They will find it. Aftershock actually gets that kill. Just a punch gonna knock up Rutledge now. Lee continuing trying to chase here with Brandon. One more auto empowered with a W, and now Lee's actually gonna find the kill this time. He's up to 5. Brandon on 4. Mid and jungle duo combining for all 9 kills. They've been all over the map here. fighting bot lane, fighting mid lane, fighting in the jungle. The river, it doesn't matter where, they're going to go and fight and kill someone with the help of their teammates. These are the games where it's basically impossible to get 100% kill participation, even if you are around the map all the time, because there's just so many. Already 9-5 in kills, a 1,400 gold lead for FreeTyler1 here at the 8-minute mark. The hook shot will not land. Meteor Hats does have a level advantage here and is actually trading pretty well against the Kennen despite being down 2 kills. He's up 10 CS or so, but that means he's down 500 gold because of those kills. That fight gonna jump forward now, misses that Linder's bite. Josh with the autos will stun up Indigo, but the flash coming in before stun comes through means Indigo will be safe for now. Pure Acid here with a gank though from behind. Josh, he will not be the target this time though. Mephite is. The auto comes down. Pure Acid finds the kill. Now the bubble lands onto Josh, and he's the secondary target, but the dash away and the flash, nope, not going to be enough. Indigo with the aggressive shift forward will find the kill. And now the turret under fire. No one here. Lee is up in the top lane with Meteor Hat looking for a dive. But Regen Pride is wise to it with a ward. And now one plating down. Second one to follow. Excuse me, second one to follow, and looks like a third might fall as well before they're done with it. Unlikely the turret will go down. Actually, it just might. There's another wave coming in to reinforce here for wasted potential, but they are completely out of mana. So it looks like they will back off here with a few plates to their name. Some gold picked up, and now a dive will come through. Lee is here, Regen Pride, with a dash back up from Meteor Hat to try and dodge his ultimate for Regen Pride. The stun is found on Lee, though, under the turret. With that ultimate, though, he will be able to get a little bit more tanky and survive that one. But a trade of ultimates in the top lane with that dive was certainly not worth, considering they gave up all that in the bottom lane. A few camps were stolen there for Lee, but overall that play, not what they were looking for to try and make up for that bot lane loss. Already we've got that tier purchase there. No, now shield taunt comes in from Brandon on a Rutledge, who's going to be forced to flash away alongside the cleanse. 2 summoner spells used there. A fight. And Josh have rotated up. No one's staying in their lanes here. The tier already converted, as I was saying here, for the Ezreal, sitting at 200 stacks on this Man Immune. The Sheena are already there as well, and still stacking that call. Protobelt, the first purchase for Brandon here. In the mid lane on the Galio. Protobelt already purchased on Regen Pride as well on the Kennen. Meteor Hat's going to pick up that plating and get out here as the Ocean Drake goes over to FreeTyler1, who are looking to have a very good start in Game 1, but are actually down 100 gold, despite being up 2 kills. The CS lead's not there in the bot lane. Flash in from Lee, finds a stun on the Pure Acid after stealing that blue buff. Pure Acid flashed over the wall, will survive, but Lee with a blue buff steal. And the Summoner Spell, well, Summoner Spell trade. But now he's got the run of the jungle and should probably be able to steal away this Gromp as well and make his way out. This gold, though, basically dead even. Just a slight lead here for wasted potential. Actually, it grew a little bit. I think they took down a plating there in the top lane. That's why it spiked slightly, but now it's back to dead even. Mephite finds the engage of Endril. He's going to get stunned up. And now Josh with the culling should spell the doom of Endril. Indigo should be okay in the end here. Pure Acid with the counter. Regen Pride coming with the TP. The Cataclysm used. Mephite in trouble. Josh able to get away, but Mephite down. Lee and Brandon are here to try and make up for them. Meteor Hats as well. And the counter comes in. 3 dead now for wasted potential. And just 1 for FreeTyler1. Mephite goes down, but certainly sacrifices for the cause. And FreeTyler1 comes out ahead once again. Now looking to get some plates of their own here on the bottom lane. A double Darksteel purchase as well for Brandon after that Protobelt. Oh, going forward here is Meteor Hats. He's found the Hexagonal in on Indigo. The team at Proc needs just one more auto. We'll find it with those long legs of Camille. The long metal legs. They must hurt, I'd imagine. Walking is probably a whole different proposition with those things. Talk about walking in heels. Walk on metal legs. I think that's probably the bigger challenge, to be honest with you. Josh actually going to take turret aggro. Takes 2 shots there, and that's going to force him back for sure. Was not expecting that. Was just trying to get some more poke damage on the turret and on the Nami, but I walked a little bit too far forward there. Rift Herald available. Was taken at like 10.5 minutes in game 1 by Pure Acid, but with all the action that's gone on here in game 2, there really hasn't been an opportunity to take that objective yet. We'll be Infernal on the Drake that's spawning next in about 2 minutes or so, I believe. As the Ocean was already taken by FreeTyler1. Here's Entrance still on cooldown. Hextech Element still on cooldown. Meaning no global plays just yet. TP, of course, on cooldown as well for both top laners. Brandon has his. So there's one global up, but that's it. Just Brandon with a TP. No one else has a global ability available. Gonna play it in the top lane here. Meteor Hat's gonna flash the Cataclysm. Leo to get out for now. Meteor Hat's in trouble though. Endril. Use these Zonies to buy some time, but looks like Josh and Mephite will secure this kill. The stun comes through. Mephite on the other side is low, but he'll survive. And then in the meanwhile, on the top side, Brandon will come in to secure that kill on the enemy top laner. Now Pure Acid in trouble. He's going to go down. Lee on the other side, though, will get shut down. Rutledge with 1,000 gold in his pocket. All he came in and did was just throw down a couple spells. The teammates did all the work for him, but he's going to get the Gloria and the gold out of that one. Brandon will find the taunt now. A lot of damage onto Rutledge. Need some fancy footwork to get out of this one. The flash going to be used to dodge out in that last shot. Rutledge able to fire back. 1,000 gold though, certainly going to change the score. But actually, Rutledge is still down in gold to Brandon right now, despite that 1,000 gold shutdown. He's up in CS, but these kills from Brandon have propelled him so much further ahead. 4 kills and 2 assists more than his opponent. It puts him way further ahead. He's got 9 stacks on both Dark Skills as well. Be one interesting to see if he goes for the Magi's this game. TP now used by Brandon to get back to the mid lane. Luden's Echo first here. Well, that's interesting from Rutledge. He's gone for the Glacial Augment, but he went for Luden's first, not the Hextech GLP. Very interesting. As we talked about earlier, the Hex Drinker was rushed for Meteor Hats. Now gone into the Tiamat, and I assume the Triforce, but has delayed that Triforce spike quite a bit here because of all the prior items he's had to pick up for lane. Also got some boots first. And Tiamat means he's just slowed down this item so much. So that Triforce spike will come in very, very late. The first turret goes down in FreeTyler1's favor in the bottom lane with little contest. The Drake is up here. The ward's going to be cleared out by FreeTyler1. Oh, dashboard from Brandon. Finds Pure Acid. He's going to flash out. Meteor Hats to the hookshot will continue to go forward. Cataclysm comes down and Lee in trouble. Meteor looks like 2 kills now for FreeTyler1. Or 3 down for FreeTyler1. 1 kill on the backside. Now Indigo, he's going to shift over, get away. With help from Endril, but Brandon now caught. And looks like FreeTyler1 will have 4 down at the end of this team fight. As the bubble does land, Brandon will fall. And, well, Josh might not be as lucky either. No, he'll get out. Region Pride, though, with the Proto Belt, he's continuing to charge forward. He just needs one more stack to find the stun. He actually flashes forward for it. Now Josh in trouble. He will go down. A shutdown. 600 gold over to Regen Pride as he picks up his 4th of the game. The Infernal will go over on the other side. It was an aggressive engage, and Brandon found his mark, found Pure Acid, but he still had to flash up, and the re-engage with the Cataclysm and the Flag and Drag meant that FreeTyler1 just kind of threw away their lead. Now down 1,000 gold and gave up the Infernal. That was not the play they were looking for. Wasted potential back in this one. Rift Herald, the next available objective here. FreeTyler1 still with the tower lead, though. With the bot lane tower down, they could probably put a few more resources towards this top side and maybe secure this Rift Herald for themselves, but certainly need to not have a repeat of that last team fight. Redemption, the first item for the Nami. It looks like it'll be a Zeke's on the other side for Mephite. But the Nami a little bit ahead in that gold. Be able to get that item, the first item, a bit sooner. Sometimes you see Athenes on the Nami, a few other things, but I'm just gonna go with the standard redemption. Basically never a bad item to buy. Whereas Athenes can be better or worse in certain games, but redemption is always good. That's one of the advantages of it. FTYO now started up. And looks like Ways of Potential trying to box out to stop any contest here. Now Brandon going to find the taunt here onto Rutledge. Going to start this one off. Cleanse used by Rutledge. Still has the flash available. Will not need it here, but Endril gets knocked up. TP coming in from Regen Pride. He's going to come up with the ultimate, but everyone from FreeTyler1 is able to get out for now. No, the heal comes through, but a trade back onto Regen Pride. 4v4 team fight now. Brandon trying to find the Justice Punch. He finds a 3-man taunt. FreeTyler has gone over, but no one has picked it up yet. It looks like FreeTyler1 will win this team fight. A shutdown here comes in for Lee. 3-for-1 trade. FreeTyler1 with a better team fight this time. And looks like they would stop the take on this Rift Herald. Indigo shifts forward, trying to find the kill on Emilio Hats. It's very low flash forward, but he misses the Mystic shot. Pure Acid comes in, but he finds the Cataclysm, but Lee... Oh, block! Beautiful block from Josh. Will save Lee on that Mystic shot. And now the Rift Herald will certainly not go over. Indigo not going to be able to find it. FreeTyler1 have done a successful job defending this. I mean, Indigo could suicide for it if he really wanted to. I think he could get there, but it seems unlikely that he'll be able to do it. Yep, good defense there from FreeTyler1 after winning that team fight. We'll deny the Rift Herald. Midfight though now in trouble. Endril's here. The defensive Galley ultimate. The hero will return. Braum is saved. Camille now just has the Sheen. Still working towards that Triforce. Is down about 1,700 gold in her matchup. But has tried to start the split push here in the bottom lane. Is even in levels 12 to 12. Regen Pride, though, again, up in gold. Has these Zonians already, meaning that it's probably pretty difficult for the Camille to find a good 1v1 there. Again, the Bloodthirster Triforce build here for Lee on the Jax. Now picking up the Hexdrinker to help out with all that magic damage he's going to suffer. Regen Pride now going forward here on Emilio Hats. He wants the 1v1. The hookshot can be used. Emilio Hats will get away, but now the counter coming in from Brandon. The TP through, and now Regen Pride going to use the Zonies to buy some time. But that's 4 members strong here for FreeTyler1, boxing up Pure Acid from helping Regen Pride. Down he will go. The Troop Shot Barrage comes in. But that's not going to do much as Emilio Hats finds the kill finally. Onto him, but now the mid lane maybe going to be giving up some pressure here. FreeTyler1 trying to rotate back over. Josh now caught, going to have to flash through the cage. Lee coming in looking for the counter strike. Cataclysm used, though, will box out Lee. Very nice use by Pure Acid there to save his mid lane. A Rutledge going to get out. I honestly have not seen that interaction before. It's very clever of him to do that. Deny the jump there from Lee. Flash 40 from Brandon finds a taunt on him too. Justin Punch also hits. And now this dive will be successful. FreeTyler1 finds 2 kills underneath these turrets. And mid lane will go down. A good rotation from bot lane to mid lane. And then a good dive underneath the turret. FreeTyler1, after giving up that terrible fight around Dragon, have certainly fired back here. Now looking very good. 24 to 16 in kills here at 22 minutes in. FreeTyler1 taking back the goal lead by just over 1,000. But hey, after game 1, I really like the position FreeTyler1 are in. We're actually, I think, you know, in a positive situation, winning this game. This game's very close, but I like where they're at. Being able to spawn like this after a game 1, you know, like they had in this series, I think is a very positive result for them. Double Ocean now for FreeTyler1 and the Infernal on the other side. But Ocean, not a bad Drake here. The Infernal obviously better, I think, considering you have a Vagar. You've got pretty much everyone buying AP or AD on the other side, right? Everyone's using that Infernal, but still, it's just the one, so it's not the end of the world here for FreeTyler1. They've also got control of the river and control of the Baron, essentially, now, and are setting up the Vision as we speak. A few friendly spells exchanged. But everyone gonna be okay, it looks like. Brandon gonna find the taunt now on a Rutledge. The cleanse used. That'll save him for now. Brandon now gets caught up by this cage, and now looks like a shutdown comes through. And now Josh trying to turn back on to Pure Acid. The Culling will find that kill. A 1-for-1 trade overall. Now the True Shot Barrage lands in, making it a 2-for-1. Josh will be able to dash away and survive himself, but a little bit too deep. FreeTyler1 get caught out that time. Meteor Hats is still pushing in the bottom lane. That was part of the reason why that didn't go exactly the way they wanted to. FreeTyler1 had less members there, as Regent Pride had rotated up. TPs are in sync for these top laners here. Lee actually going to find Endril all alone. Going to get the flash out of him. And the turret gained in the bottom lane. So now Meteor Hats has found something back for that split push loss in the team fight. Triforce now completed for the Camille, though. So very important power spec for her. Probably still worth to lose an extra member there to get a turret and the Triforce on the Camille. Because I think that's just so important right now. And if she hadn't gotten that turret, she wouldn't have that available. So still a win for FreeTyler1, I think. Or at least a situation you're okay taking. As Vision will try to be reestablished here in Meth Fight. Clearing out these wards. Of course, with the reduction on the number of control wards you can purchase, there's really not as many available. Just the 2 in the inventory right now for Meth Fight. No one else has control wards besides Indigo on the other side. So that reduction on the cap of how many control wards you can have in your inventory, very important in these types of situations, but you gotta make do with what you have. Hookshot comes through. Meteor has to find the stun and regen. Pride, Lee here as well, but he will not be in range to find the Counter-Strike stun. And everyone will go their separate ways. Regen Pride, though, flashless now. That opens up an opportunity for Meteor Hats to make something happen in the side lane, perhaps. With a Triforce now and the Hex Drinker, that extra tenacity, I think these got potential to actually win this 1v1 now. Especially if you can use that hookshot to dodge out on the ultimate or just stun Regent Pride and deal a lot of damage before you can even get off that ultimate and try and make the 1v1 competitive. Gunblade completed now for the Ezreal, along with that second tier stacking, so an even more heavy AP build for him, with already a lot of AP damage on his team, but no real tanks on the other side, so the heavy AP composition doesn't really matter as much. Now, steal in the jungle for Pure Acid, but he's too greedy. Going to be forced to flash over the wall. Use the flag and drag out. Brandon and Lee with a good collapse, but not going to find the kill this time. Got the no race to death tap here for Rutledge. He's got the pen, the Banshee's Veil. The Meth Fight takes a lot of damage here from Indigo. He's going to be able to hop away to his teammate, though. True Shot Barrage comes through, will not find the damage he needs. Shift forward. Heal going to be forced out of Josh to save his support there. And Ocean Drake is up as well. Looks like Lee will rotate down to take that alongside Meteor Hats as Brandon pushes in the top lane. So third Drake picked up, a third Ocean for FreeTyler1. We're still shy of 30 minutes, and Baron has still not been taken. 25 to 18 in kills, and the gold slightly favors FreeTyler1 by about 1,000, but it's pretty much dead even in that department overall. The tier for Ezreal sitting on 425 stacks. So he's a little ways off from that one. Once he gets those 4 items, though, that's when Ezreal's True Shot Barrage and can really just one-shot someone without any MR. Even with a little bit of the resistances from the Merc Treads, you can just get blown up by that sort of thing. That fight continuing to clear out the vision here. They've been doing this for the last 5 minutes or so. FreeTyler1 just continuing to establish control of this Baron, but they're trying to make the split push work. They've got Camille in the bottom lane. They've got Galio in the top lane. Meteor Hats, though, really is the one who's got to make the split push happen. Galio is not typically... His split push is not about actually getting objectives. It's more about creating pressure on the map. Meteor Hats is really the one who's going to actually kill turrets and things like that. And they're just kind of waiting for an opening, but now Meteor Hats has been collapsed on. Pure Acid is here, but a good disengage there from Meteor Hats. We'll buy some time, and now the call maybe to go for the Baron. There's pings on it. They're hopping over the wall. FreeTyler1 are looking for this one. Just shy of 30 minutes. Brandon here, maybe going to find the taunt. He finds the taunt onto one. Finds Indigo, but he's already dead. Relic now trying to kite back with Endril. The stun from the cage will buy some time. In the back line goes the top laner, Regen Pride, but he's not going to find much damage. Zoni is used to buy some time, and now looks like FreeTyler1 is firing back. The Guardian Angel is procced, but still that means 3 alive here for FreeTyler1, and just in 3 on the other side. But no AD carry now. Just the Veigar for the main DPS source for waste potential. So a rather even trade overall, but FreeTyler1 do have more damage sources up, which means they'll probably win this fight. Meteor Hats maybe trying to reestablish a split push here. Nope, he's just going to back. Play it safe this time. I think that would be definite overextension if he did go for that. You want to buy some death sticks? That's a niche joke, I think. Probably too niche for this. But back to the Baron dance. 3 Oceans for FreeTyler1 and Infernal on the other side for Waste of Potential. Definitely helping out when you've got a Veigar. Now mid-priority gained here for Waste of Potential. Maybe they'll try and reestablish some vision of their own. Ardent Sensor purchased up here for Endril. Kind of interesting to me because they don't really have a big attack speed threat. Like, Ezreal really isn't an AD carry that benefits a ton from Ardent Sensor to me. I think going for maybe Chalice would be better to try and cleanse some taunts and stuns. You know, like, there's just a lot of CC on FreeTyler1 side. I feel like buying Chalice would be better here, but I can't argue with it. It's still good. It's not a bad item by any means. And that really helps out the Redemption heal, but now the Baron has already been taken down to about half health. FreeTyler1 are trying to commit to this one. True Shot Barrage gets a lot of damage here, and that looks like that will be the signal for FreeTyler1 to back out. Grassido is making his way onto this Baron. This Baron is still leashed. It's at 2,000 health now. Now the fight goes through. Cataclysm finds a bunch, but Pure Acid already did. Regen Pride trying to find some damage, but he's too far away. The ult doesn't get the damage he's looking for. Still, though, 2 already did for FreeTyler1, meaning a 3v4. Brandon comes back in with a taunt. Finds Regen Pride, but the Zoni is used. Brandon now very low. Oh, big taunt on the backside for Lee. He finds 3. Josh able to fire back, but now he's just 1 man against 3. And he's going to go down. Waste of potential wins that team fight. Very aggressive take from FreeTyler1, and they're not even able to get the Baron and die on the axe backside of it. An ace for them. Looks like waste of potential. We'll just clear the vision and try and push mid lane. They've only got 3 members and no tanks to take this Baron, and they don't do it very fast, so I think this is probably a good option to just clear the minions and move back and take something and try again. And looks like they'll take the Cloud Drake. And make their way out here. The Infinity Edge is complete though for Lucian. On the other side, Indigo should have the Archangels complete. He's got 2,000 gold in him so definitely able to fort on the way back. The tier is almost stacked as well, so he's sitting at about 715 right now. So basically should be able to pick up the Archangels, needs like 30 seconds, and then should have it fully stacked, meaning he's a 4-item Ezreal with Gunblade, Archangels, the Mana Immune, and now QSS. So he's very, very strong as well. Both 80 carries hurt quite a bit. You cannot underestimate either of them. Both mid laners as well doing a lot of damage. Death cap completed now for Brandon. No death cap for Rutledge on the other side, but he's got a lot of damage. A lot of pen as well. Cannon also completing a lot of items, including the Rylai's really helps out with the team fight. And already he can shred through everyone. Sitting now at the 35-minute mark here, and 29 to 25 in kills. It's been a bloodbath here. Shy of 2 kills a minute, but just shy. Like 1.8 or something. I'm bad. I'm sure I'm probably doing that wrong, but it's pretty close to 2 kills a minute here is what I'm saying. It's been a bloody game. Gold still within 1,000 here for both sides. Like, it has been back and forth this whole game. FreeTyler1 has won, I feel like, a few more fights overall, but again, even that is a short margin here. As the Cataclysm going down, Pure Acid trying to make something happen. Here's Entrance coming in, but Josh already knocked up. No, he'll survive this one though. Pure Acid going to go down. Indigo now kiting away. That fight's going forward. He will get snuffed by the bubble though. Rutledge and Indigo will combine for the kill on a meth fight. A 1-for-1 trade here, but Jungler for support means that FreeTyler1 probably came out on top of that one. Also got his flash, which is a pretty big cooldown to pick up. Medio Hat's now trying to use the blue buff to dodge out a few missed the shots, and Indigo will pick that one up on the way out. Lee now, he's actually starting up this Baron. They know they're on the other side, but Josh and Lee, I don't know how fast to do this one, guys. This is pretty risky. Mew Hat's not in position. Brandon not in position either, and now FreeTyler1 realizes, hey, that was maybe not the right call. We've already had one Baron throw this game that didn't result in too much damage loss, but it was not a good decision, so we've learned from our mistakes. Now Death Cap is purchased for Rutledge, so that's a big pickup for him. He's got quite a bit of AP, I'd imagine. Go see what he's got over there. He's sitting at over 1,000 AP, has 1,062 at 36 minutes. With over 300 from his passive. He's gonna hurt. He's gonna hurt a lot. The infinite scaling really hurts. Once you get to 37 minutes and you've been fighting the whole time, and now meth fight. It's gonna be okay, but Cataclysm comes down on Josh once again. Easy dash out though. Now Pure Acid, he's gone too far forward again. Finds the kill. Now Regen Pride in trouble in the bottom lane. The Zhonya's there. Regen Pride gonna fall. Waste the potential. Well, that's a mistake you really can't make here. The Baron is up. They have wards on it. Good. The only good news for them is that no one's in position to do it right now. FreeTyler1 have 2 members in the bottom lane because they got one of those kills on the collapse. Now FreeTyler1 trying to go on to the Baron. Rutledge is here, finds a stun. Mephite already very low. Meteor Hat's going in. Rutledge able to get away for now. Dash over the wall from Josh. He's trying to get onto Rutledge. The cage is there. Finds a kill though. Big shutdown on Rutledge. Now Endrel's going to fall as well. Just one member left. Indigo. He's going to have to make something big happen. True Shot Barrage is available. Can he get the steal with that? True Shot comes through, but Mephite blocks it with the shield. Good heads-up play from him, making sure there was no chance that would go over. And now FreeTyler1, after a rough game one, are firing back, have the goal lead, have the kill lead, have the Baron. 38 minutes into the game, are looking to take this one. Elder Drake has now spawned as well. And the base, just a few inhibitor turrets standing there in the way of FreeTyler1. Looks like Elder Drake will be the call as FreeTyler1 makes their way back out. Already going over, no steal attempt. And now the siege will begin with the Baron. We'll see, it's unclear whether there will be a split push set up here. They've got Jax in the bottom lane, so Lee maybe going to push the bottom lane while Meteor Hats goes top. Meteor Hat's trying to find Regen Pride in this brush. He does. Galileo going to use the ultimate as well. Second movement comes down though. Regen Pride going to buy time with Zonias, but yep, he's dead on this one for sure. Another pick off in the side lane now. The Galileo Camille combo has been really good this game, buying a lot of time, or buying a lot of pick-offs in the bottom lane, buying time for FreeTyler1 to stall, or buying openings for them objectives, for their objectives to come up and for them to take them. And now, continue to push on Brandon and Meteor Hats in the top lane. Josh the mid lane, Lee in the bottom lane. As Mephite gets caught in the jungle, the bubble finds him. He's still in the cage, but he's going to go down. Oh, Rutledge just presses R and deletes Mephite off the map. That's not the pick they were looking for. Too far forward with the wards there. Mephite gets caught, and now this might stop the siege. Baron's still available, though, and Lee's still pushing. Meteor Hat's doing the same. $40 now has been reached. As Lee has broken the base in the bottom lane. Josh and Brandon here to back him up. They're turning on the inhibitor, and it's already dead. Can rotate back to the mid lane as Meteor Hat's continuing to push in the top lane. And it looks like FreeTyler1 will get this inhibitor turret as well. And now the engage comes forward. Pure Acid finds the Cataclysm onto Josh. Down he goes with Guardian Angel. Keeps him alive for now. The Resurrection comes through the bubble early, but down he goes anyway. Doesn't matter, but the inhibitor in the top lane goes down. Meteor Hats with a good split push. It's exactly what you're looking for. Now FreeTyler1 has 2 inhibs down, a third one open. And they might just get this second game and make this a best-of-3 series. Go all the way. Spear of Shojin actually picked up for Lee here. So he definitely has the max CDR now, and the extra CDR that comes along with Spear of Shojin's passive can definitely help out a Jax. His basic spell cooldowns getting reduced is huge. Getting extra counter strikes off in team fights is like, I mean, it's just one of the best spells in the game, you know? If you can use it multiple times at a team fight, that really, really helps make yourself tankier and makes your utility even better. Plus the damage output from it. It's just good, that's all I'm saying. $42 in now. 35 to 28 in kills. 80,000 gold, 81,000 to 77,000. FreeTyler1 again, still very close in gold. Like it's 4,000, but at 42 minutes, 4,000 is basically nothing in terms of a gold difference. So These teams have been neck and neck this entire game. FreeTyler1 is now just edging out a slight lead. Rutledge's Banshee will get knocked off, though, which is important. If there's a team fight in the next couple seconds, that can be a huge thing to knock off him. Being able to catch out Rutledge I think he's probably the most important target at this point in the game with all of his damage. 1131 AP. Brandon going forward. He does not find the taunt this time. Hookshot will find two, though. Pure Acid and Rutledge now in trouble. And there you go. Down goes Rutledge. A lot of chaos going on, but Regen Pride, his ultimate will not find enough, and that probably means that FreeTyler1 will win this fight. Double kill now for Lee on the end, at the back end of this team fight. Indigo here with the True Shot Barrage. 2 Guardian Angels used, but Lee still alive. Everyone from FreeTyler1 still alive. And looks like FreeTyler1 will take this Game 2 victory, forcing a Game 3. Wasted potential. Well, their hopes stand on Indigo, and down he goes. Pure Acid here as well, but not much he can do. And that will be the clean ace. FreeTyler1 going to take this to a Game 3. The Nexus under fire. And down it goes. FreeTyler1, after a rough Game 1, come back, make this a series, and are going to extend our night even longer. I'm sure everyone's excited about that. The series started at 8. We're at 10:20. But does not matter. We're still going. Game 3, a 43-minute game, I think, at the end of that one. FreeTyler1, they didn't do it fast, but they got it done. Gonna relog real quick. Hopefully that'll sort out the issues we had in Game 2. I think everyone was experiencing the wonderful League client there. Okay. Into the lobby we go. Looks like they're sticking on the same sides here. Series tied up 1-1 here. Wasted potential still on the red side. FreeTyler1 on the blue side. For Game 3, we're going to take a quick break. We're in lobby, but not everyone's here and ready, so we're just going to take a little break here before we get started in Game 3. We'll be right back. So stay tuned for this one. Get hopefully an epic conclusion. A bit of a fiesta in Game 2, but at least it made for some interesting League of Legends. But we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we are back for game 3, Pure Acid. Done using the restroom, so we're ready to go. At least I hope he is. Because if he's not, we need him to pick, so that would be unfortunate. It looks like we're gonna have a similar ban phase as to what we had from, you know, game 1, game 2, starting off with the Alistair, Kha'Zix, Ivern like we have. Twisted Fate, of course. It's be interesting to see if this is a Jin Zhao ban for FreeTyler1 or if they go back to something else. That's really all the changes we've had so far in these, you know, first 2 games. Jin Zhao will be banned away, so more Pure Acid focus. The response last time was to also pick the Jax to get rid of Pure Acid's like 4 champions that he plays, and so he's forced on the driving last game. And didn't do a terrible job on it, but definitely did not look as good as he usually does. Braum gonna be banned as well, so a slight change up here. But each game, just 1 or 2 bans have been tweaked. Really, the main core, the common champions have always been the same. And Jax will be the first pick here, so going with the same strategy they did in game 2, FreeTyler1 is going to try and cut down Pure Acid's champion pool as much as possible, and just deny him whatever they can. Now the counter, going to be the Lucian. So that has been the response, the common response here. Lucian been a very high priority, 80 carry. And if it's up, it's usually its first picked or immediately responded to on the other side by the team on red. With the Braum already banned, it may just go back to the Pike lane with Entril and Indigo here. But Luck's going to be the pick now for Rutledge, which was the champion he played in game 1 when they won. And the Veigar did a pretty decent job as well in game 2, but I think the Lux in game 1 was just really good. Vladimir now going to be the follow-up. So instead of going for bot lanes early, we have an 80 carry picked, but just 1 bot laner of 4 picked so far. The response is now mid lane picks and jungle. So, in the first 2 games, there was sort of a theme where the first round was kind of like, jungle and bottom lane picks, but now we're getting more mid laners mixed in with also the Jax first pick here. Now Rakan actually is pretty interesting. Could be Zyra Khan, but Rakan just isn't as powerful as he once was. So since his release, he's just been slowly nerfed, and then nerfed more, and then a slight buff to his Q, and then nerfed more, and then nerfed more. So he's just still a shadow of his former self, but could still be super powerful in the right situation. And Zyra Khan is still a really good combo. You can never really count them out. Not sure where the Vladimir will be going, but I assume this is mid lane against the Lux, considering they picked it up before, right after the Lux was picked and before the Sion was. Which, Region Pride going back to that. A tank in the top lane here, with 2 pretty scary threats on the Lucian and Lux for damage. Just getting a tank up there in the top lane, assuming Pure Acid will pick a more damage-focused champion. Even when he picks Jarvan, he builds more attack damage, AD, so he doesn't usually play a tank role. Interesting. So the Xayah will be banned away alongside the Camille and Sejuani, but the Xayah, I don't know if that was the intention here. Like, picking the Rakan this early was really interesting because no one's really playing Rakan. Like, I think if you were gonna pick either one of the duo, I feel like you'd pick Xayah, and then like Rakan is like, yeah, you can play Rakan, but Xayah is definitely the better one of the duo to actually pick. As Morgan will be the last ban of our final game, Game 3 here, as we are tied up 1-1. And Thresh will be the pick in the bottom lane alongside the solution, so no Pike for Endril, going to be the Thresh this time. And, well, you'd assume they respond with an AD carry, but no, looks like the jungle will be locked in for Lee on this Jarvan. Yasuo actually going to be the pickup here. So that's, I'm not sure if that's going to be a top, like a bot lane Yasuo, or... Oh, I guess that's really the only possibility. It's going to be bot lane Yasuo with Rakan as well. So Josh and the fight going to go for an aggressive bottom lane here, maybe looking for a level 6 play. And probably Jarvan jungle, Jax top, Vladimir mid, I'd assume, is the play here. And now you have the jungle counter pick, knowing that it'll most likely be the Jarvan. Could be Jax, but I'd imagine it's the Jarvan here. Kayn will be the pick of Pure Acid here. So just completely throwing everything out the window here in Game 3. We've, in terms of our standard pickups here, the strategy is still the same. The exact same here for FreeTyler1 is just pick everything that Pure Acid does. They've banned away 3 of his champions and picked the other 2 that he's played. So Pure Acid was resorting to, I guess, his 6th champion pickup here, which is Kayn. And no, Vladimir bottom lane, Yasuo mid. Okay. Interesting. So you still have the wombo combo of Rakan and Yasuo for later, but you're going to lane much easier with Vladimir Rakan. Which I guess is a thing of the past, but with 80 carries being buffed up once again, you would imagine that like you want to play them. That's what I would think personally, but Josh does not feel the same way. I mean, Draven's up. There's things to play, but he does not want to go for it. He's going to play the Vladimir instead, which I was not going to guess here. It's going to be Ghost on the Vladimir, Exhaust on the Yasuo, Barrier on the Lux in the mid lane. No, that's about it for interesting summer spells, but interesting picks. We have many of them tonight here in these last couple games. Don't honestly, again, don't know what to make of this. I feel like this is a pretty easy lane now for Lucian Thresh. I mean, there is a lot of mobility from Vladimir and Rakan. Well, not mobility per se for Vladimir, but the ability to dodge hooks with the Sanguine Pool, and Rakan has lots of mobility, but I feel like this is just not a good lane. They don't have heal either as well, because Vladimir would take the Ghost and Ignite on Rakan. This seems suboptimal to me. But it's certainly, I think, possible. Like, once you get to a late game situation, I mean, Vladimir is still a really good scaler, a very scary champion to play against. And obviously provides the AP damage that they don't have because they picked Yasuo, Jax, Jarvan. Like, you don't really have any AP damage, so I guess they kind of had to go for it. McTrump was joking to me. Well, I don't know if he was joking, but McTrump did say he was hoping to break out the Cassiopeia 80 carry next time we watched him on stream, but I guess we're gonna get a Vladimir from Josh in terms of AP threats in the bottom lane. As we got a couple more seconds, and then we should be right in the game. And we'll finally get the deciding game, the game 3 of our series here. FreeTyler1 versus Wasted Potential here. Again, Wasted Potential been on red side all 3 games here, and blue side for FreeTyler1 all 3 games. Both teams preferring the sides they've been on. And, well, it's been 1-1 so far, so even. But we got to have a winner here in Game 3. Doesn't matter how long the game goes. Someone's going to have to win eventually. Or we could just be here for an eternity. I'm not sure which, but I'd imagine someone's eventually going to win tonight. And we've got an interesting way to do it, certainly. With a bot lane Vladimir, we got a Yasuo. Some exciting stuff, and Pure Acid has been forced onto his. He's gotten 5 bans, basically 5 bans and picks away from him. So he's been forced to a champion way down in his pool. Important to note as well that we have a carry versus a tank in the top lane. So Jax definitely has potential to blow around the Scion early and late. More split push options here with a Yasuo for FreeTyler1 and a Jax. You can definitely make something happen there in the side lanes. The split push setup really worked for them in Game 2 with the Camille. Really like that from them. And they executed it really well. It was close the entire game, but their macro, I think, was better there at the end, and that's what propelled them to the victory. Wasted Potential just kind of steamrolled over them. After the first couple of minutes in the game, they could just kind of started winning, and closed the game out in Game 1. But Game 2 was a slow, methodical back and well, not a slow, methodical. It was a fast and furious back and forth, as opposed to a slow, methodical setup in Game 1. Okay, an immediate pause. Well, that's one way to start it. An immediate pause to start things off here in our Game 3, but should be starting up soon. There's actually a Electrocute Vladimir here for Josh. So no phase rush. No more, no kiting focus thing. It is a Electrocute. He's wanting that burst damage. See a lot of bot lane Vladimirs also rush CDR. You get the Ionian Boots, you get the Kindle Gem. Try and get as much CDR early as possible. That really is an important stat for Vladimir early on. Time to mull over, I guess. You've got yourself to this point. You just need to win one more game to take the series here. So you don't want to mess it up. Certainly don't want any connection problems. And our final game was Conqueror on Pure Acid as well. Grasp for Regen Pride in the top lane. Press the attack for the Jax. So no Conqueror on him in the top lane. Kind of interesting. We saw Conqueror for Pure Acid in Game 1. And then Lee and Meteor Hats now have both taken the Press the attack instead. That has been their decision. That's what they prefer on him. So Kind of interesting. Conqueror still being taken on the Yasuo as well. So a few little preferences on the runes. When it comes to the Jax, we've had 3 games tonight. We've had 3 different players play the Jax, so get a little bit more variation on what goes down there. Now we get to see the top lane Jax, not the jungle Jax as well. So 3 different players, 2 different positions. Got a lot of variation in that. Pink's coming down. Looks like a potential invade here for waste of potential. Endril is going forward. See if he's got the hook skilled up yet, or if he's still waiting to skill something. Still waiting to skill something, so potential for an invade here. Decimating Smash comes through from Regen Pride, but they don't find it. A clever use there of Decimating Smash over the wall to set up a potential easy hook for Endril, or even just an easy flay to try and get that kill early on. Very, very clever invade, but unfortunately not pay out this time because they were not standing in that bush. They were setting up in a slightly different order. Red buff start from both junglers once again. Every single game today we've had a red buff start from both junglers, no matter which side. Well, FreeTyler1's been on the same side every game, so I mean both teams have been on the same side every game, so it doesn't. I guess it's not really that much variation, but both junglers have started red buff every single game, which is just kind of. I mean, it's just kind of interesting that they value that much. Even on the Kayn as well, he starts red buff into Krugs. Pure Acid is not, not going for a Raptor Star or anything crazy like that. Hook will land level 1 though. They find Josh. They actually get a decent chunk on him. But the Empower Transfuse is going to help out with that sustain early. Already a potion coming down though from Josh, so that Hook definitely allowed them to get a bit of a better trade. And obviously you can see the downside of a mage bottom lane early on is that your auto attacks are just not there. You cannot really fight consistently with them. You have to fight on any cooldowns, so you have to just kind of give up the lane, especially when you're playing against a Lucian Thresh lane. That's Branding going to go ahead and go forward, but you get bound up by that light binding. So finds an okay trade on that one, but yeah, Josh and Mephite should be losing this lane for the first couple levels. Some priority, good dash away from Brandon, but he's found himself back in there. The light binding not available until just this moment, and that won't hit. Mephite goes in, finds a double knockup, but Brandon takes a bit of damage before he can get anything off that. Junglers will find each other. Level advantage for Pure Acid. Both have red buff, but Lee is in trouble here. Finds the knockup, but the rotation comes in from Meteor Hats. Pure Acid has to make his way out. For now, maybe looking to come back in. Relish is here. The rotation is here from Regen Pride as well. He's not there quite yet. He's actually moved back to top lane now. Brandon made his way in, and Meteor Hats has to flash out of that one. Hook? Nope, not gonna land this time. Endril, like I said, one of our better Pike players. Has done a pretty good job on those hook-based champions. And it's Pure Acid. Ooh! He's forced to flash over the wall. Lee trying to follow, but not quite able to get that one. There's more activity in the jungle here. Endril finds the double flay. The hook will land on a Mephite. The Ignite comes down, but Mephite with a good dash out. Summoner spell lost there, but gets him some lane control, certainly. Wasted potential, still bullying around the FreeTyler1 bottom lane. Suck, suck, suck goes Josh. It's not actually what he does. Technically Vladimir is using Hemomancy or something to pull the blood out of someone. He's not actually sucking, but it certainly sounds funnier that way. Even CS, though, so far in most of the lanes, a slight lead in the bottom lane for Indigo, but overall pretty even. Little advantages here and there. The only real difference in jungle, where Lee has a 2-camp lead, but that's not crazy considering Pure Acid actually has a few more camps to clear right now, so we'll even that up pretty momentarily. So yeah, the game has been pretty even overall. Slight lead for Waste Potential in gold, but again, not too much has happened in the first 5 minutes, unlike Game 2, where it was just a bloodbath in the early, mid, and late game. Just constant fighting. Only a little gay. I just gotta say no homo, so it's fine. Hook, though, lands onto Josh. Play back in. He's gonna be forced to use that pool. And the ghost. He actually popped the ghost to get out of that one. Needed that pool a little bit earlier to dodge the initial hook and save himself the damage. Indigo, though, has run out of mana effectively. Probably is enough for one, maybe 2 more spells. Probably just the 1, though. We'll get enough for another spell in just a moment, but there you see. On very low mana as we get the pause in here. Amazingly predicted by Do. Wonder how we did that. But should... Just gonna head over to the intermission screen here just so that no one can potentially look at the mini-map. I think one of the players is streaming, but we'll just be cautious just in case. Don't want anyone to ghost. I assume that wouldn't happen. I trust them all. It's probably a connection issue or something going on. And we're right back into it, so don't even worry about it. We are good to go. And Josh can be forced to back here and miss this entire wave of CS and XP because of that that last hook from Endril really gave them a good trade. Grievous Wounds already picked up for Indigo alongside the Vamp Scepter, so he's going to go for that early healing and deny the healing from Josh. Was that an Aether Wisp picked up? Yep, an Aether Wisp for Josh, so no CDR early, just going to go for the quick AP here, a little bit of movement speed. Probably going to go for the Spellbinder first, I'd imagine. That's probably what he's building towards. Again, the lead slightly building for Wasted Potential now. About 500 gold up, but still no kills, no first blood, no first turret yet. Do have the dragon up. It's a Cloud Drake, but that has still not been taken either. Not a ton going on as Meteor Hat's actually taking a bad trade here. Unleashed Power coming through, or Unstoppable Onslaught. Wrong thing. Meteor Hat's now trying to use the Counter Strike to get away. Finds a stun and dodges out. Fancy feed from Meteor Hat's. Needs a little bit more distance, but oh no! The first blood comes in. Regen Pride with a solo kill up top lane. Now Brandon coming in with the ultimate with help from Lee. Pure Ass is going to find his way inside Brandon. Now he's been make sure he doesn't get out. Brandon goes down, and that's 2 dead already in just a span of a couple seconds. No kills to start off with, but Wasted Potential ready to get going. They find 2. Solo kill, that decimating smash. Hook's now going to land on a Mephite. He's in trouble. A dash away. The calling comes out, but Mephite and Josh should be able to make it out safely. The Guardian helping out. Oh, one more auto. Mephite can be okay. That double shot from Indigo almost got him. Pings on the dragon. Looks like Waves of Potential is going to head over there once they push this wave in. Lee has smite in a couple seconds. Could maybe stick around for a steal, but Drake maybe not the most worth dragon. Still though, you have four melee champs and a Vladimir that wants to get in the back line. So maybe worth it to try and steal this one. The movement speed is useful. Fox gonna come down. Endril now gets knocked off. Josh in here. Mephite misses his ultimate. Still gonna come through with a charm on Endril. That will secure the kill, but down he goes himself. Both supports dead. Now Pure Acid gonna flash over the wall and dash away. Brandon follows though, and he's gonna pick up the kill. Regen Pride's gonna try and make his way on the turret to try and reach safety. He will do so for now. Brandon coming in. He has a tornado, finds one knockup. Now Last Breath comes through. Indigo flashes. Not quite enough damage. Josh came in to help out, but wasn't able to quite secure it. Regen Pride is still in trouble though. He's trapped underneath this turret. Brandon's still dashing around behind it, able to dodge out and all that key CC. Tornado buys him some time, but now he's slowed up. Regen Pride is still trying to go forward. You're looking to come through from Rutledge, but not enough. He completely misses. Now double light binding lands though. FreeTyler1 in trouble. Meteor Hat's gonna try and wait for his cooldown though and hop away to his teammate. Not enough though. Light binding here. Decimating smash. Counter strike. Down he goes. Rutledge finds the kill. Mephite gonna knock up and then try and get out there himself. So Meteor Hats gets killed on the way out. His second death of the game here at 10 minutes. Now even further down. 20 CS down. 2 deaths. He's not having a good game so far. The rest of the map is okay, but a 30 CS lead in the bottom lane as well means that FreeTyler1 is not having a good start to this one. So far, the beginning of the game was certainly a very different pace than what we saw in the first couple, but then they realized, hey, we're supposed to just kill each other, right? And FreeTyler1 and Waste of Potential just started fighting non-stop, so they're back to their old selves. It's a bloodbath once again. Fitting that we have a champion that's probably going to thrive in that. I mean, you'd imagine Josh would love that. Will be the Spellbinder first here. He has a kill and an assist, but his CS has not been good so far. About 5 a minute, or 5 a minute here. As again, 30 up for Indigo. Mid lane, slight advantage for Brandon, but in the top lane, Meteor Hats is struggling. In the jungle, a slight lead for Pure Acid. So Waste of Potential is winning most of the matchups here. That's why they've got the 2,000 gold lead. Few kills back for FreeTyler1, but again, Waste of Potential still winning there. So they're definitely in the lead throughout this early game, but by no means stomping. FreeTyler1 still has a few kills here, a few items, and they can certainly fight back. They're not helpless by any means. Good ult though from Mephite, comes down, finds 2 Angel Indigo. Josh trying to make his way here, but he gets hooked in. Now he comes down, the kill comes through though. Josh able to pick up that one. Angel all alone. Here comes the gank. Brandon roaming his way down for mid lane. Angel gonna walk his way back out the hook to maybe try and buy some more time, but will not come through. Meteor Hat's gonna get dove in the top lane though. Able to flash that CC from Regen Pride, but we'll go down no matter what. The Decimating Smash doesn't land, but the kill certainly does. Third death for Meteor Hats up in the top lane. Looks like his turret will fall here as Regen Pride and Acid get to pick up the first turret of the game here. 300 gold for each. As the Cloud Drake does go over, so that's a nice pickup. As Plate's also being taken down by Mephite and Josh. So Waste of Potential extending their lead even further. 3,000 gold lead now. As Lee's able to get that Gromp and get out. So a few more things stolen away, but Waste of Potential just trying to make up for their lost gold. Spellbinder, there's the purchase for the Vladimir. Brandon now trying to make a play here onto Rutledge. Finds a knockup of Regen Pride coming down for a quick visit. Will not go for it. The Unstoppable Onslaught not available. No Drake. Got Rift Herald now at 1345. We got the Rift Herald turret down in the top lane, meaning Regen Pride definitely has the potential to roam. Again, no TP or Unstoppable Onslaught for a little bit longer, but once he gets that, it's going to open up some plays around the map, considering he has a priority there. Static Shiv was actually the first item purchased here for Yasuo, not Phantom Dancer. Static Shiv going to be the choice now. Maybe Yasuo's actually don't like the new Phantom Dancer. Can't claim to be a Yasuo player myself. That fight going to come in. Misses the knockup, but finds the charm on Endril. But he will get away safely. Purras is going to miss his own knockup. Oh, Rutledge going to get a lot of damage here on Lee. The Flag Dragon him away with just a sliver of health. Purras goes over with the flash. Flash away from Lee to avoid the smite killing him. But still trades the Summoner Spell and gets out okay. The surviving that one, but now 4 strong in the mid lane. Make that 3 as the rotation comes in for Purras and Regen Pride to maybe take this Rift Herald. Hook lands from Endril here onto Brandon. Windwall going to buy some room and some time. Going to dodge out on that culling damage. Now, oh, another Light Binding finds its mark, and Rutledge going to find that kill on the Brandon. Muffet with a dash over. Find his way out safely to Josh. Saying, hello, friend. Thank you for coming. Oh. That Light Binding does not find it. Rift Herald has been started up, and looks like it definitely will be secured here for wasted potential. Lee is actually making his way up, so maybe potential for a steal there. Still at 4,000 health. Make that 2,000 as the eye is hit. Now Light Binding lands out of that fight, takes a big chunk from Rutledge. Rift Herald does go over. Purras is going to pick that one up. 16 minutes in, 4 to 6 in kills. And we have a 3,000 gold lead now. Over 3,000 gold for wasted potential. Still, the items are there for FreeTyler1. They have their item spikes. You know, the first couple items they want. You know, Warrior, Static Shiv, Spellbinder. Meteor Hats is struggling, but the rest of the team still has a little bit of damage, so fights are still possibly being won. The second items have not come through on the other side. The lead is not that big, so it's just one completed item for both sides and a little bit extra for wasted potential, who already has that grievous wounds on Indigo, but they probably need a little bit more for later in the game. Indigo, speaking of him, he gets knocked up, and now the last breath comes through. Brandon going to find the kill here with a dive with help from Lee. Unstoppable Onslaught comes through. Brandon now very low, but he might just get out. No, the knockup comes through. Purras going to secure that kill. Flag and drag, but again, interrupted by Lee. And that fight going to try to buy some room, but Pure Acid has found the ultimate onto Lee, and down he goes. And that dive started off really well there for FreeTyler1, but instantly turned around on them. Another good response and wasted potential around the map. And they pick up some counter kills. Meteor Hats, though, in the meantime, has been getting some pushing done here in the bottom lane, getting some CS, and getting him back in this game is just a nice position to be in. Even if you're giving up a little bit on the other side of the map, it's okay, because you want it to be at least useful later in the game. And he's had a tough early game. Gotta be nice to your top laners up there. Meteor Hats with a good little jump over. Gonna be okay. But Waste Potential kind of have their run of the map now. And with that, they're going to look to start up this Infernal. Try and take this one for themselves. Drake, though, going to move back into the pit. Maybe Lee will come in for a steal attempt. No, he's on the Krugs. He will not go for it. So now 1 Drake to 1, but Waste Potential has an advantage everywhere else with 2 turrets to 0 and a 3,000 gold lead. Still, though, it's good news for FreeTyler1 that gold lead has not grown. It's been 3,000 for a couple minutes now. If the gold lead isn't growing, you're probably making up ground a little bit. Not losing stuff is almost as good as, you know, it's like, it's just, well, now Light Binding comes through. Mephight is in trouble. Dash out, Unstoppable Onslaught coming through. Misses Brandon. So Mephight dead, and that's a pickoff that Waste of Potential was certainly looking for now. FTYO going to be summoned here in the mid lane. Now with that pick, they can certainly look to rush these turrets down with the Rift Herald. The wave is not here yet. I mean, Jeff the Rift Herald will be charging in. 2/3 of the health gone. Make that all of it. As the Rift Herald will get a charge on the inhibitor turret as well. I was saying that if the gold lead isn't growing, that usually means that you're probably in a fine position, right? Usually, if you have a lead, you're trying to continue to grow it and close out that game. But if you're not, it means the the team behind is probably sticking in it. It's probably staying alive. But with these turrets being taken, the gold lead is being extended now to about 5,000 as the inner turret in the mid lane was taken down the outer in the top lane. Still no turrets taken for FreeTyler1, and now 4 for Waste of Potential. This is not looking great. They're trying something in the top lane here, but Pure Acid going to come back and clear these minions out to stop that turret from being taken there. About half health now, but that top outer going to stand for longer. Redemption first from Endril here on the Thresh as well. I saw some people going, I think Leak likes to build Knight's Vow first, which I found very interesting. I've always gone for Redemption first when I've played Thresh. Like, as of recently, as of recent times. So it's interesting to see Endril has, does that too, and has a different perspective than Leak. Has not had any highlight hooks, I would say, but has had a lot of really solid ones that, like, maybe don't make highlight reels, but are what make you a good Thresh player, He's done a very good job so far this game. It's kind of like that Lee Sin thing where just even if you literally cannot pull off an insect, doesn't mean you're a bad Lee Sin player, You're not utilizing the champion to its full extent, but 90% of the champion does not revolve around those highlight plays. And sometimes that's way more important than making the highlight plays. Is Brandon now in trouble? Pure Acid here. Gonna get some help from Mephight. The Culling coming through, and now Brandon will go down. Mephight, he's gonna be able to dash away with all that speed. Josh, gonna use the pool to get out. Just one picked off from FreeTyler1, but Waste of Potential will take that pick and maybe look to turn that into a Baron. They only found the mid laner. They found Brandon. Lee's still alive. A little advantage, though, for Pure Acid. I don't know if Lee can even get into this pit, though. Thresh is available, so the flight could be huge. Lots of CC on all these champions from Waste of Potential, so potential to deny this. Meteor Hats has been pushing in the bot lane this whole time. Going to find the bot lane inner, it looks like, by the time this Baron goes down. Lee is here on the backside. Endril, though, and Rutledge wise to this. Light Binding finds its mark. The Flay interrupts the Flag and Dragon. That just might spell doom for Lee. The Unite comes down. Rutledge is missing his skill shots, but the autos are there, and Rutledge going to find the jungler of FreeTyler1. Now Mephight, he's got some fancy feet of his own. He's going to be able to dash out of this one. Flash forward, though. Oh, Deciming Smash finds 2. Regen Pride finds Brandon. Mephight. Now the last breath comes through. Brandon too low, has not enough damage. 2 down for FreeTyler1. And that was a fantastic play from Regen Pride. Tracking down the enemy team. FreeTyler1 was not expecting that flash forward. And the double Decimating Smash secures that teamfight win there. Or that teamfight skirmish, I suppose. It wasn't really a 5v5 or 4v4 teamfight there. Making it happen. Very smart idea for Andril and Rutledge, though, to go around the back of that Baron pit and make sure that Lee wasn't going to try and flag and drag over the back. Very smart play, and they were able to stop that from happening and pick up the kill. Dragon also spawning now. It's going to be an Ocean Drake. Decimating Smash. Lee's going to find that there is a Scion in that bush. He's going to flash away the flag and drag, but no! Interrupted again! Endril with the flash. I was saying he wasn't making the highlight plays, but 2 times he's interrupted the flag and drag now with the hook and the flay. That'll certainly be one to look back on and be proud of. Getting more and more picks. Wasted potential now 13-5 in kills, extending their lead now. 8,000 gold. This looks much more like game 1. And wasted potential certainly were able to end that one with a victory screen in front of them. One inhib already open. The Baron's still available for a little bit more time. Brandon trying to get something back while wasted potential was resetting, but still not able to find this top lane outer turret, which has stumped them all game. Sonya is going to be a second item here for Josh after the Spellbinder. But you kind of feel like honestly, they just need more damage right now. FreeTyler1 just not able to kill, the enemy champions. At the same time, you're like, well, I die super fast, so I got to build resistances, but I don't kill them. So it's the conundrum from playing from behind. You can't really do any. You can't build resistances because you need more damage, but you can't build more damage because you need resistances. It's the scarcity of the gold really hurts you in that you can't buy everything you need to try and come back and win. But they've got to make do. The Infinity Edge now complete for Brandon. The Zonias for Josh, which could be very helpful in the team fights. Maybe that extra time that Zonias buys him could turn it around and allow him to get another rotation off. Spells, which, that could be even more important. Who knows? Triforce also for Meteor Hats, so at the very least, FreeTyler1 has some items, but they're like full items behind here. And now, Mephite, he has not found the quickness he needs. Still, Last Breath comes through. Brandon trying to do something on the back end, but the Culling finds 2. Endril actually finds the last hits on those, but now the Unstoppable Onslaught doesn't actually find the targets, but the kills are there. Looks like Wasted Potential is going to win this one. 4 kills down. And now just one member remaining. Josh here, but he's going to have to deal with those supers in the mid lane. Wasted Potential going to find the inner turret and take that one down. Make short work of that. 26 minutes in, and Wasted Potential, with already one inhibitor down, is trying to make a second one fall. On the turret they go. A couple more seconds on the respawn from the entire team of FreeTyler1. They should all respawn at a similar time and maybe make a last effort to save this one. But it's looking rough here. Everyone been on top of their game from Wasted Potential in this game 3. Game 2 was not, well, they did not look their strongest. FreeTyler1 looked like they were coming back in this series, but Wasted Potential back to their form from game 1 and are not going to risk it. Like they did in game 1, they're not going to risk ending here. They know FreeTyler1's back. They don't want to overextend. They're going to go back. They're going to go back by and try and make something happen. It looks like, actually, no, they're going back onto it. Flash over from Endril. He will not find the play this time. That fight again with that mobility, able to get to safety. So as I was saying that, they're going to play it safe, go back. They're actually going to keep pushing this time. No Baron, though, anymore. Mephite takes a lot of damage there from Rutledge. And now they're going to continue siege on this top lane turret. So they're going to go for 3 inhibitors before they back, and maybe just trying to end off the 3rd inhibitor. But still playing it slow and methodical, not trying to end off 2. Not trying to end prematurely. Wasted Potential. They've got all 5 members here. FreeTyler1 have all 5 members as well. It's going to come down to this. Mephite has ultimate available. He could make something big happen. Maybe combo in with Brandon. Pure Acid, though, is in front line. He's going to buy some time with an ult onto Brandon. Quickness goes forward. He finds knock-up onto a bunch, but Brandon not in range to follow up here. Now he's already dead. Pure Acid in the back line. 3 dead from FreeTyler1. Pure Acid 2v1ing, and looks like this will be the game. Wasted Potential with all 5 still alive. Will turn on these Nexus towers. Josh going to go in. He finds ult onto 4, though. He could make something happen here, but no, they're just too tanky. They don't take any damage from Josh yet. He needs a few more items where that can happen, but he's not going to be given a chance to try and get to those items. 21-5 in kills. We're going to end shy of 28 minutes. Wasted Potential to take the series 2-1. It looked iffy there. They came back in game 2. FreeTyler1, you thought they might make a run for it and come back, but Wasted Potential, don't give them the opportunity, ending this one at 28 minutes. Not the marathon game we had in game 2. This one nice and quick. And Wasted Potential showing why they should be on the top of the table. As Meteor Hats not having the game exactly he wanted to, with just 1,600 damage. But on the other side, Rutledge with the most damage in the game, 1,500. It was a short game, so there wasn't too much going on, but FreeTyler1 there, they set it up, but the bot lane Vladimir didn't exactly go the way we wanted to it. The lane phase started off poorly and ended poorly. And they couldn't find those Wama combos with the Yasuo or Rakan. They just weren't there. the fights were, too spread out, or it was over before they could even get in there, and sometimes, the engage was missed. Endro with some great plays as well, denying on that Thresh. I think that was his best game of the series, honestly, Endro in Game 3. Making it happen there. But with that, that'll be our best of 3 series for the night. Wasted Potential taking it 2-1 over FreeTyler1. We do have, like I said, a series tomorrow at 8 p.m., I believe. I'm going to say this one more time before we go out for the night. Thursday, Friday. It's 9 p.m. actually, so Friday will be 9 p.m. with 8. I'm back on Saturday and Sunday, which are Saturday's 9, Sunday's 8. Tomorrow's game on Friday at 9 p.m. will be U.S. Army Sports vs. BB Clock, so tune in for that one. Should be a good series. BB Clocks, again, they've done a pretty good job this season. And we'll get a look at where they are in the standings here. BB Clocks sitting at tie for third with FreeTyler1. So BB Clocks have not played any games yet this week. So if they do win, they will move into third place solo against FreeTyler1, and maybe actually tie Paragon 5 by the end of the week. We'll see what happens. Plenty of games to be played, so we'll sort that all out at the end of the week. If you haven't, certainly check out BB Clock's Power Rankings show on their Twitch channel, BBC Studio. I believe it's BBC Studios, I believe, is the address there. But yeah, it should be a good series tomorrow. Yeah, we'll take care of you guys, but thanks for sticking around, bearing with us through this long series that took over 3 hours. 3 hours, 22 minutes. Because of all the technical delays we had with the League client and things, and Acid using the restroom. You know how it goes. Again, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. See you guys on Saturday, and look forward to it. So have a good night. GD to both teams.